Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Jerry. I'm hailing you from the Antari shipyard, and today I'm very happy to bring you the full and total unboxing of These Are The Voyages. I will apologize in advance. This is going to be a long form video because there's just so much stuff to go through in this pack. We've got 115 cards. We've got all the Q stuff. We've got the models to look at, the new templates, all the new tokens. I plan on showing it all, and I will do my best to add chapters and stuff into the time bar below, so you can go look for those timestamps and kind of jump around this if you'd like. Um, so, just kind of some ground rules of how I'm going to structure the video here. I am going to take a look at the ships first, so we'll take a close look at each model. Um, and we'll talk about that a little bit, and then we'll look at some of the token templates that come in the pack. Then we'll dive into the cards, and we will dive into the mission element stuff that came in this pack afterwards. Um, I'm not going to go too far into the rabbit hole with the cards. I'm going to save that for a later episode for the captain's table. Um, we'll do a deep dive meta analysis of each of the cards for that. Um, Again, I want to apologize in advance. I am feeling a little under the weather. I've been fighting a cold. So if you hear some silences, I do apologize. But with all of that being said, and without further ado, let's get into this pack. So, first model we're going to show off is the NX class. It's got that nice gold-plated paint job, and I will tell you that the paint is very, very, very smooth, and it feels very, very polished. It's actually probably one of the better paint jobs I've seen from WizKids, and I know a lot of people don't like the gold look of the ships, but I really do appreciate that they did that. I mean, we know that These Are The Voyages is actually the 10-year anniversary pack for Attack Wing, and I think it speaks a lot to the designer who built this pack to say, hey, this is our 10-year anniversary. We should do something really cool. And they went ahead and they're like, yeah, we should make the ships um, look like the ships that are in the Ready Room of the Enterprise D. Make them all gold plated and release them that way. And of course, having them release all the Enterprises that they had out there retail already was a smidgen. Was a smidgen of good. So there we go. We have the Constitution. I just put the Excelsior on the screen. Again, not bad detailing. The saucer section looks more round than it actually is. It's more oblong in reality. So I don't know why the camera makes it look more round from that angle, but it is more oblong. Next ship model we've got is the big boy. It is the Galaxy, aka the fat one. So again, very nice detailing. You can see all of the panels, all of the windows, the impulse engines, the phaser strips, everything. The deflector dish is also very gold. Um, so I mean, people are going to repaint them. Um, if you're going to repaint them, I would almost say get two of the set, because I think you're going to want to have the gold. Um, because once they're gone, we know that WizKids doesn't like to reprint the faction packs. And this could be just like the cloaking ships that they handed out in Gen Con when the game first started. So the gold ships could become a high commodity when they aren't getting printed anymore. So my suggestion is if you're going to paint them, either get the deep cut models, which I believe every single one of these ships has a deep cut model that you can find on the WizKids store, and paint them that way. That way you can preserve the gold, or get two of the pack so you can have a gold set in your backup, just in case. Alright, so that is the last ship model. I'm going to show off the maneuver templates here. So, this is not new to the game. None of these templates are new to the game, but a lot of people weren't around. We got a lot of new players that weren't around for the OPs to get these templates. So this is what's being called the impulse roll now. It is the former evasive maneuver action. And then we've got one that is the full astern. Alright. And then we do get a rules card for each of those new movements. So New maneuvers. This card explains the new maneuvers usable in Star Trek Attack Wing, such as the full about and the impulse roll maneuvers. The full about maneuver can be selected for a ship to go either to the left or right. Players must decide which direction to go before placing the template. Impulse roll maneuver can be selected for a ship to go either left or right. Players must decide which direction to go before placing that template. So, pretty much what they're saying is no pre-measuring, which we already know you cannot do, but you have to kind of understand which direction you want to go before you put the template down on the table. Okay, so next thing I want to show off is the initiative token. So, here is the initiative token that comes in the pack. The reason why I'm showing this off is because it's brand new. We have a whole new mechanic with the initiative token. So the way to get initiative hasn't changed. You still have to do the 5 dice roll. Whoever gets the most battle stations gets initiative, or whoever doesn't meet the full fleet SP points gets initiative. But on the back side of the initiative tokens now, there is a night shift. Night shift there's a couple of cards in the pack, in other packs too in this line, that have night shift abilities, which means when you do not have initiative, their abilities can be used. So, ideally, the person who has initiative will have an initiative token that's faced up for initiative, and then the person who does not have initiative will have a token that says night shift. And then when the turns flip, you flip your initiative token over, and they flip theirs to night shift. Just like that. So those are the two there. And then we've got a bunch of other tokens I'll show off when we talk about the mission. So we're going to go ahead and get into the cards. So here's the first card, card number 1 out of 115. This is the Enterprise NX-01. You may equip a Federation construction card, ignoring this ship's restrictions, even if the ship has a different construction card equipped. So already you're getting the Federation prototype to be equipped to this, minus the registry number, which is very nice. Yep, this ship, and then you get to equip a secondary construction card. So this is the only ship in the game that's going to get 2 of them. This ship may still perform any actions listed on the Federation captain or each Federation crew upgrade equipped to the ship, despite the presence of any aux power tokens. Paid a little bit of homage to the original NX-01. So there is the base template there. Very nice, very nice. Also, we get a weapon crew coming in at 12 points. That's definitely a discount from where it was. Here is the generic. It is coming in at 9 points. You got weapon crew. Again, nice discount there. Okay. So Enterprise has been gone through. So card number 3. And remember, the card numberings are the generics on the back count. So here is the Columbia NX-02 2330 weapon crew. 11 points, 1 point cheaper than the NX-01. Federation NX class. After using the enhanced hull plating construction card, remove 1 aux token from besides this ship. So awesome. Declare target step. You may attack a target with photonic torpedoes weapon upgrade at +1 attack dice, ignoring any firing arcs. If you do, you must discard that upgrade. So Columbia allows you to fire outside of your arcs, which of course it gets a forward 90 degree and then a rear 90 degree. So you can fire outside of any arc with those photonic torpedoes. Of course you have to discard them, and we will definitely be getting to those photonic torpedoes here in a little bit. So again, generics on the back, card number 4, weapon crew, 9 points. Not a bad discount for the generic ship. Alright, so getting into the next card, card number 5. We've got the USS Enterprise. It's a Constitution Refit class, 3144. Tech, Weapon, Crew. After this ship executes a maneuver, gain the following effects based on the speed of that maneuver. So, maneuver of 3 or higher, place a scan token beside the ship. A maneuver of 2, when attacking with the primary weapon, roll +1 attack dice. And when attacking, or with a speed of 1, you roll +2 attack dice. So, very nice there. It gives the Enterprise some bonuses for slowing down. And yeah, I like this overall. Again, we're getting another discount at 22 points. So a lot of these newer named ships are getting discounted, which is very nice. I like to see it. So we got the generic on the back, which is going to be card number 6. You've got the Constitution Refit class generic weapon, tech, weapon, crew coming in at 18 points. Let's get this out of the frame. There we go. Yeah, not a bad discount on that either. So card number 7 in the pack is going to be the Enterprise A. So this is the Enterprise A's first retail expansion. It was originally a grand prize ship for the classic movies storylines. 3144. When attacking, if there's a scan token beside your ship, roll +1 attack dice and +2 if the defending ship is cloaked. Now the second ability is Planning Phase. If the captain equipped to the ship has a unique Federation Elite Talent upgrade equipped to it, you may discard that upgrade. Equip one other unique Federation Elite Talent upgrade with a cost of 4 or less that is not already in your fleet to the captain and place any tokens that were on the discarded upgrade on the new upgrade. So the first half of this card is exactly like the grand prize version of it. So here is the grand prize Enterprise A. You can see when attacking, roll, if there's a scan, roll +1 or +2 defense dice or attack dice. My understanding is that this new Enterprise A is an errata of this Enterprise A, meaning this Enterprise A does not have this text anymore. This one right here, it shares the same text as this one. So these two cards are supposed to be the same, with this one overwriting this one. Of course, that comes in at a 2-point discount from the grand prize one. Let me put the base template in here. So got a nice 180-degree firing arc. Let's go ahead and flip. And of course, there is your generic same slot layout as the previous one, coming in at 18 points. Not bad at all. So card number 9 is going to be the USS Excelsior. Get it up in here. There we go. USS Excelsior, Excelsior class 3154, tech, weapon, crew. Each time an opposing ship within range 1 would acquire a blue target lock token, the ship must be the target, if able. Then remove a disabled token from the crew upgrade equipped to this ship. So this is very much like the scene in Star Trek 6, where the Excelsior comes in to save the Enterprise from getting attacked by Chang's bird of prey, kind of running some interference there. So really thematic ability. I really like it. 23 points is a huge discount off the original. I think the original was 26. So 3 points off, which doesn't seem like a lot, but for a named ship, that's a lot. So card number 10 is going to be the generic Excelsior class. 20 points. We already knew that got recosted thanks to Alliance. So don't need to show that off too much. So that makes card number 11 in the pack, the USS Enterprise B. So, another Excelsior class, 3154, tech, weapon, triple crew, coming in at 24 points. You can see that is 1 point higher than the Excelsior class, or the USS Excelsior. Whenever you perform an action listed on a Federation crew upgrade equipped to the ship, place 1 less time token on that upgrade. I'm pretty excited to do a deep dive on this ship. I believe there's some pretty cool time token shenanigans we can do with this. Let me get the Enterprise B. Here's the Excelsior, I forgot to show that off. And then here's the Enterprise B one. So you can see 180-degree firing arc, a rear firing arc. Very, very nice. And then the generic is going to be card number 12. And then you'll see that it's at 20 points, which we already knew. But the one thing I want to call out is with the duplicates in this pack, the designers were kind enough to give us different artwork. And we'll see that as a common theme going throughout this pack. So again, just kudos to the designer for doing that. I think that adds a little bit more flavor to the pack overall. Okay, so here we go. Here is card number 13. This is the USS Enterprise D. Declare target step. You may attack a target with the ship's primary weapon at -1 attack dice outside of your forward firing arc at range 1 to 2. 4154 tech weapon triple crew 26 points. This is the 2013 core starter set Enterprise. Just the wording, the verbiage has been updated to meet today's game. And I've got the original one right here. So slide this guy over. Put the original one over, and you can see the naming is about the same. It's about 2 points cheaper though. So again, this is another one of those cards that's getting errated so that the text from the text from this card supersedes this card. So this card essentially has the same text as this one. Alright, and then we got the generic Galaxy on the back, coming in at 22 points there. Tech Weapon Crew. Not bad at all. I'm loving all of these recosts. We already had the Galaxy class recosted, but I'm loving the named ships being recosted. Alright, card number 15 in the pack is the USS Galaxy. So, 4154, tech weapon triple crew, 26 points. Treat the captain skill number of the Federation captain with a printed captain skill or 4 or greater equipped to the ship as 8. If equipped with a construction upgrade, when defending, you get to roll +1 defense dice. So that's a very interesting ability, and again, I'm looking forward to it when we break it down and do the meta deep dive with the captain's table, which should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. Especially looking at this card and kind of seeing how it plays out and what it pairs well with. So we got the generic. This one unfortunately has the same artwork as the last one, but that's okay. Coming in at card 16, we can forgive him for that one. Alright, now we've got card number 17. This is going to be the USS Enterprise E. 5155 Sovereign class tech weapon crew, coming in at 29 points. The ability is check for the powered strain step. If you executed a green maneuver, place an evade token beside the ship, and when defending this round, roll +1 defense dice. Planning phase. You may flip this card over to its other side. And of course, here is the base plate for it. That in, and then let's flip this over, shall we? So there's card 18. It is another Enterprise E, Sovereign class, same stats. When attacking with a photon torpedo upgrade, place an aux power token beside the ship. You do not need a target lock token to perform that attack. You may flip that card over to its other side. Okay, so this card should sound familiar to a lot of older players too. This is another one of those cards that is getting errated, technically. So here's the original Enterprise E. Scoot this over a little more. Here's the original Enterprise E. Same text, just cleaned up better. So again, my understanding is this will be an errata. This card here, the text will supersede this one, but I don't think it gets the flip ability. I just think it's going to be this section here taking over for this one. Alright, the last ship in this pack is going to be the USS Atlas, which is a Sovereign class. And I know some of you guys might be saying, hey, wait a second, there's never an Atlas on screen. And that's technically true. There was never a USS Atlas on screen. It is a beta canon ship. The USS Atlas was under the command of one Captain Morgan Bateson. You may recognize him from the time loop episode from TNG. Um, in beta canon lore, Morgan Bateson kind of helped design the Sovereign class, and he took the Enterprise E out on a shakedown cruise, and then when that was finished, he was awarded his own command of the USS Atlas. So again, 5155, tech weapon, triple crew, 29 points, same cost as the Enterprise E. Whenever the ship performs a battle station, scan, or an evade action, target a friendly ship within range 1 to 2, and place a copy of that token besides the target ship. So it's nice to see one of these heavier classed ships play a little bit of a support role as well. So again, another ship that I'm looking forward to breaking down in the meta breakdown when we do that. So here is the reverse side. This is your generic Sovereign class, 5154, coming in at 25 points, which got recosted thanks to Ships of the Line. You got your tech, weapon, crew. So that will be it for these ships. So now we're moving into the captains. So we've got card number 21. This will be Captain Jonathan Archer. Let me reset my block here. There we go. So, Captain Jonathan Archer, here is his tombstone. So you get to add one crew to this ship's upgrade bar, just like the original one. Action, perform the action listed up to 2 Federation crew upgrades equipped to this ship as free actions, and place a disable token in each of those upgrades. Comes in at a skill 5, elite talent slot, 3 points. I know some people were saying that his skill seems really low. I think it really depends on what point or which season they were taking inspiration from for Archer. But earlier seasons, skill 5 seems about right. Later seasons, I'd say he's probably about skill 7, skill 8 at that point. But I think this is about right for this version of Archer. All right. So, card number 22 is going to be Captain T'Pol. Again, we will get the tombstone thrown up in here. I'm going to put it on this side. All right. So, T'Pol is a skill 5 elite talent slot, dual faction, Federation Vulcan. So she gets to benefit from some of those Vulcan things that came from Live Long and Prosper. Action: perform a 1, and that is the impulse roll maneuver. In addition, if equipped to a Vulcan ship, place 2 scan tokens besides the ship. In addition, if equipped to an NX class, you may perform the action listed on the Federation crew upgrade equipped to this ship as a free action. So, nice to see T'Pol getting some love. Yeah, this is not showing up very well on the camera. So, card number 23 is actually on the reverse side. It's going to be the crew version of T'Pol. And then we're going to get one of the new mechanics that we get to talk about here. So, T'Pol, 3 point, again, dual faction, Federation Vulcan. Add 1 crew slot to the ship's upgrade bar. Action: increase the captain skill of the captain equipped to the ship by 2, and then place a scan token besides the ship. Now we get into a new mechanic that is being introduced. It's called the First Officer. If the captain equipped to this ship is discarded, flip this card over and equip it as the captain card. So again, we're taking a mechanic that was technically already in the game and doing something a little different with it that I like a lot better than the original mechanic. So we had cards like William T. Riker that would give a captain skill boost, and if the captain was discarded, then Riker would act as the captain as a skill 5, but he wouldn't have any captain abilities. Well, this kind of fixes that kind of issue. So if Archer were to get discarded for whatever reason, T'Pol would flip and then become the new captain at a skill 5 and have her own abilities. I really like that much better than the previous way the mechanic worked. But let me know if you like that or you don't. What are your thoughts and feelings on that? So, card number 24, we're getting in Captain Maxwell Forrest. So after this ship executes a maneuver, keep bumping my camera, I apologize. So after this ship executes a maneuver, target a friendly Federation or Vulcan ship within range that has a captain equipped with a captain skill number greater than this captain. The target ship may perform a one forward maneuver, or the captain equipped to the target ship can perform its listed action as a free action, range 1 to 2. No elite talent slot here, so very interesting captain ability. Again, I don't mind it. And then here we go with the admiral side. So you got the fleet action, perform a white one turn bank straight, bank right or turn right maneuver. So this is the cleaned up version of the other admiral card of his, which you can see there, pretty much the same, cost the same. Again, this text here is now superseding this text, so the text on this card matches this card. It's another one of those erratas. So this pack is going to have a couple of those. And I'm hoping I'm capturing them all. I might miss some. Hopefully WizKids will release like an official list. I just know from the preview videos that Steven did, Steven Vandeventer on Facebook, that he did state that these cards are going to be treated as erratas. Okay, so card number 26 is Erica Hernandez. NX class locked, skill 5, elite talent slot, cost of 3, add 1 crew to the ship's upgrade bar. Friendly NX class ships within range may use the effect of a Federation crew upgrade equipped to this ship as though they were equipped to their ship instead. If they do, place 1 additional time token on that upgrade. So she's definitely helping out other NX classes around, so it's possible we may start seeing some NX swarms. It's an idea that I might play around with, and if I do, she's going to be a part of that swarm fleet for sure. Alright, card. Oh, I forgot to put her tombstone out there. So there it is. Alright, card number 27 is James T. Kirk. Skill 8 Kirk. 2 elite talents, coming in at a cost of 5. Reveal dial step. Place 2 time tokens on this card and rotate the ship's maneuver dial to a different maneuver. Now just tell me that's not an absolute Kirk move. This ability seems to fit him so well. That, oh yeah, Kirk's going to do this. Oh wait, no he's not, because he's unorthodox and does different things, and he's a cowboy captain. So I think the ability fits. I think this card's going to work really well in today's meta too. And again, there's some things that we can do with this card that we'll definitely get to when we start breaking it down. On the back side, we get our second and last admiral of the pack. We get Admiral James T. Kirk from the motion picture. So first ability of his is we get to add 2 crew slots to the ship's upgrade bar. When defending, if the ship is within range 1 to 2 of a non-minefield obstacle, roll +1 defense dice. In addition, if the attacking ship is either a Klingon or a Federation ship, you may re-roll 1 blank result. During the Gather Forces step, if this card is equipped to a Constitution refit class, your fleet may include 1 additional Federation admiral with a cost of 4 SP or less. Both admirals may not be equipped to the same ship. So this is the first time in the game where we're going to get 2 admirals equipped in the same fleet. I can definitely see some Kirk Forrest shenanigans happening. So again, very interesting thematically. I like it. Very interesting abilities, and I'm excited to break it down when we do that episode. Okay, card number 29. Yep, 29 is Captain Mr. Spock. So, again, skill 7, elite talent slot, cost of 5, dual faction, so he's going to benefit from some of the Vulcan discounts that are handed out. Now, planning phase. Once per game, you may cancel any active negotiations in play. The controlling player or players may activate their negotiation effect targeting a different ship. So this is the first card in the game that we're getting that's going to affect ambassadors outside of I think there's an ambassador that can cancel his negotiations, but this is like the first upgrade or captain card that can look at an ambassador and say, nope, we're not doing this. And definitely plays to Mr. Spock's diplomacy side. So, free action. Perform either a target lock action or a scan action as a free action. So, that second ability might sound very familiar, as that is the original Mr. Spock, the captain version of him. So, again, this is another one of those cards that's getting a errata. So, this card is effectively going to be this card now. This text will be this text. You can see that this one's a skill 6. So the skills will be updated. So this is technically a skill 7 now, and dual factioned. But that's not last because we got a Mr. Spock from the TMP movie right there. So when attacking, if the ship has a scan token besides the ship, convert each battle station into a blank. If equipped to a Constitution refit, this attack cannot be cancelled. And then he's got the same ability that T'Pol had, the first officer. So if the captain was discarded, you get to equip Mr. Spock as the captain, coming in at a skill 7, which is a nice little ability to have. But that first ability, again, is the same as this crew, Mr. Spock, just cleaned up and has more keywords in it. So again, this is another one of those cards that's getting errata. So this text is now on this card. The text on this card will read like this. Alright, so card number 31 in the pack is going to be Captain Pavel Chekhov. So place, and I do understand there is a typo here with the C. That's unfortunate that it got through, but it happens. Skill 6, elite talent, cost of 4. Check for power strain step. Place an aux power token beside the ship and apply the corresponding effect based on the difficulty of the ship's maneuver. Green, repair 1 hull in this ship. White, repair 1 shield on this ship. And red, place an evade token beside this ship. So, very nice ability for a captain. Again, I'm pretty happy with that. Agen's back to his crew side. But wait, card number 32 is on the back side of it. And we got crew Pavel Chekhov here. Again, got that first officer keyword down here. Check for power strain step. If the ship performed a white maneuver, remove an aux power token from beside the ship. If equipped to a Miranda class, place a scan token beside the ship. So again, that ability might sound very familiar to you guys, as that is the same Pavel Chekhov. I believe this is from the Reliance pack, from Wave 0, where you can remove an aux power token if you did a white maneuver. So again, this is going to be an errata card, so this text supersedes this one. So the text on this card will read like this. Same cost. And the reason why they're doing all these erratas is because of game balance and trying to get these older cards into more play by giving them better abilities. So the next captain in the pack is going to be card number 33. That is Hikaru Sulu. There we go. So now we got another new keyword to talk about here, and that's going to be the obstruct keyword. So, skill 6, elite talent slot, cost of 3, obstruct 1. Let me find the rules card. Okay. Each time a friendly ship within range 1 to 2 suffers damage, this ship may perform a 1 left or 1 right bank maneuver. Get the tombstone out of here. So here is the obstruct. We'll scoot Sulu over. So, when the line of fire crosses over the obstacle or ship with an obstruct keyword, the defending ship rolls additional defense dice equal to the number listed after the obstruct. So, if you're shooting a ship beyond Sulu's ship, say you're firing at a ship that is at range 2, Sulu's at range 1 of you, or in front of that other ship, but your line of fire crosses over that ship, That means that defending ship gets to roll +1 defense dice because of the obstruction. So again, it's a mechanic that's been in the game for a while because we have the obstacles that provide an obstruction. It's just a different way of looking at the mechanic itself. So on the backside, card number 34, we get Hikaru Sulu, the crew. Action, roll +2 defense dice and convert 1 battle stations when defending this game round. And again, we got the nice TMP artwork, or the motion picture artwork there. But again, this is another one of those errata cards where the text here is going to match this text, so this text supersedes this one. Alright, card number 35. This is Styles, the original Excelsior captain. So, skill 6, elite talent slot, 4, cost of 4. Activation phase. Target another ship within range and choose one of the following effects. Range 1 to 3. The captain equipped to the target ship reduces its captain skill by 3 this game round. The admiral equipped to the target ship cannot use its printed ability or have its fleet action be used this game round. Lots and lots of things you can do with that. That just took a secondary character from Star Trek 3 and just made him very, very useful in today's game. That first ability is going to be crucial, especially with a lot of the captain skill races we see where people keep bringing large amounts of captain skill. So card number 36 is going to be Captain John Harriman, good old Blackjack himself. So skill 5, elite talent slot, cost of 3, free action, place 2 time tokens on this card, perform the action on a Federation crew upgrade equipped to this ship as a free action. Again, awesome. There's a lot of things we could do with time tokens. Looking forward to taking a deeper dive at him. Alright, card number 37 is a new version of Jean-Luc Picard, skill 9, elite talent slot, cost of 6. Each time an opposing effect would discard, steal, or place any time tokens or disable tokens on a crew upgrade equipped to this ship, you may have a weapon upgrade equipped to the ship become the target instead. So, I think Steven said it plays up to Picard's diplomatic side, where he's able to negotiate for something else other than his crew. Free action, if the ship is equipped to a Federation ship, place either a battle station or an evade token besides the ship. Very interesting version of Picard. I see this kind of as a defense against those metas that have Gen Cisco or Koth running around, especially if you got weapons that you don't really care about on your build, you can sacrifice. I think Picard becomes one of those cards that will become essential. So, card number 38 is our main man, Edward Jellicoe. Skill 6, elite talent slot, cost of 4. He is restricted to ships that have a hull of 5 or higher. Action, place a time token on a Federation crew upgrade equipped to this ship and target an opposing ship within range 1 to 2. The captain equipped to the target ship cannot use its printed text ability or elite talent upgrades equipped to it this game round. So Edward Jellicoe is a Gull Madrid counter, and I like to see it finally. And some of you guys who may have been watching my channel for a while, there is kind of a combo that I'll be covering over into Boldly Build in the next couple of weeks. So I'm very happy to see some sort of counter to Gull Madrid finally make its way in. Alright, card number 39. This is Captain William T. Riker. So, he's got a couple of new symbols on his card as well. Planning phase. Well, skill 6, elite talent, cost of 3. Planning phase. Place 3 time tokens on this card and place a night shift token on up to 2 crew upgrades equipped to the ship. Continuous effect. If the crew upgrades with a Night Shift token on them, gain the following ability. Night Shift, you can spend the Night Shift token on this card to perform the action as a free action. Let's see. Here is... He's got a token that comes with him as well. And I don't think there's any I don't see anything specifically that says Night Shift other than these tokens here, so that's probably what they're referring to. These Night Shift tokens, which you can't see. So again, playing around with that new mechanic of when you don't have initiative, you have Night Shift. I really like that. So on the back side is card number 40. You've got the crew William T. Riker. Add one crew to the ship's upgrade bar. Free action, disable this card. Perform the action listed on the captain, elite talent, or crew upgrade equipped to the ship as a free action. And of course, he's got the first officer keyword here. So if the captain were discarded, he could become the captain. So this is definitely a reprint, a cleaned up version of the William T. Riker from the Enterprise E pack. So again, this will be an errata card. This text is now this is on this card. This text will read like this card. All right. Here is Captain Data, card number 41. See, he's got that Night Shift keyword as well. Treat your captain skill as Night Shift. Treat your captain skill as a 5. So he's naturally a skill 4, cost of 2, no elite talent slot. So when you do not have initiative, Data's captain skill changes to a 5. After the ship executes a reverse maneuver, or if you're on Night Shift, any red maneuver, place a battle station token besides this ship. It's a very interesting use of Data. Again, we'll be looking at getting into him deeper when we do that deep dive. So on the back side, you got card 42. This is the crew version of Data. Combat phase, place 2 time tokens on this card and spend a scan token besides this ship. Repair 1 shield on this ship. If this card is equipped to a Federation ship, repair 2 shields instead. So very nice repair abilities going on. That's also a theme that I've been seeing recently. A lot of healing cards. So card number 43 in the pack is Red Shirt Captain Geordi LaForge. So skill 4, no elite talent slot, cost of 2. Whenever this ship would overlap an obstacle, disable 1 shield on this ship. This ship does not skip its perform action step and does not suffer damage from that obstacle. So range 1. Night Shift, so when you don't have initiative, you get this ability. Action, target a cloaked ship within range and place an Aux power token besides this ship. Place an Aux token besides the target ship and discard their cloak token. This target may raise its shields. So, Geordi's a trickster. If he's on Night Shift, he can remove someone's cloak token and completely ruin your plans. Imagine going up against a scimitar and just removing its cloak token. Super cool, super good ability. I like it. He is the last captain that's in this pack. But here is the crew version, which is card 44. Action, perform a green maneuver on this ship's maneuver dial. Straightforward and simple. He used to be the con officer of the Enterprise, so it makes sense that he would get that ability as a crew. Okay, so getting into more crew, we've got card number 45. We've got Travis Mayweather. So action, perform a full astern maneuver and then place an evade token beside the ship. It's red maneuver, so you get the Aux. Cost of 3. Makes complete sense for what he does. Again, he is a pilot. That's what he does. I'm going to stop real quick just because I did forget to show off a couple of these tokens that came in this. So this is the Enterprise E token that you put next to it when you do its ability. Here's the USS Galaxy token. Here is the Enterprise token. And then Jellicoe's got a token here as well. And then Styles also has a token. If I can get him to slide in there. Crew to Paul is another one. And Crew Sulu. We've talked about him already. And of course, we've already seen the Riker. So those so far are the token markers for when you use those actions. I'll go ahead and remove all these out of here. So I don't know if anybody finds these tokens helpful to use. I have been lately because just so much stuff going on with your cards. It's hard to keep everything straight without these reminder tokens. So I do appreciate that the reminder tokens are coming with like printed images of the cards and stuff on them. It makes it easier to know what card they came from. Okay, next crew in the pack is going to be number 46. That is Malcolm Reed. You may equip the phase cannons upgrade to the ship for free without requiring an upgrade slot. In action, you may convert one blank to a hit and one battle stations to a hit when attacking this game round. I don't mind his ability at all. The phase cannons, especially if you're going to be running NX builds, you're going to want Reed with you. Alright, Charles Tucker the third. It's card number 47. After this ship executes a maneuver, disable this card. Remove an Aux power token from beside this ship. If you do, you may perform an additional maneuver with a speed of 1 on your maneuver dial. And then he's restricted to a hull of 3 or less. Again, makes thematical sense for him. He is the engineer for the Warp 5 engine. Makes sense that that's exactly what his ability would be. Alright, next crew is the first time we're getting somebody as a crew. The last incarnation of him was a captain. This is Jay Hayes. Increase the captain's skill of the captain equipped to the ship by 1. Action, discard this card to target an opposing ship within range 1 to 2. Discard the crew upgrade equipped to the target ship. Cost of 3. Not bad at all. This is reminiscent of a older card called Second of 5 from the Borg faction that does exactly the same thing with the discarding. Although that one's discard and upgrade, where this one's a discard or crew. But we're getting very, very crew heavy in the game nowadays, so Jay Hayes is going to be very, very useful. And this is the first iteration of this we've seen. Card number 49, the goodest of boys. This is Porthos. This card may be equipped to a ship with Jonathan Archer equipped without requiring an upgrade slot. Combat phase, place 2 time tokens on this card. Remove a disabled token from the Federation Captain or Federation Crew upgrade equipped to this ship. Cost of 2. It is locked to a Federation Captain only, which again makes perfect sense. I love seeing this kind of card make its way into the game. Porthos giving some aid to a captain or crew makes complete thematic sense. Alright, card number 50 is our favorite Doctor. Free action. Disable this card. Remove all disabled tokens from each of your other crew upgrades equipped to the ship. Cost of 2. And then I'm going to scoot him over because he is another one of these cards that is an errata. So these abilities are the same. So this text will now be on this card, so this text will read like this card. I think it's better that way because this card cleans up a lot more of the text and the timing of it. So I think that's kind of the better way to do it. I like the erratas coming in. They're taking a look at the older sets and seeing what they can do. Alright. Card number 51. Hoshi Sato. If I can get it to... There we go. Activation phase. Disable this card and target a ship within range 1 to 3. Discard the range of all upgrades equipped to the target ship by 1 this game round. Minimum range of 1. That's a very, very interesting ability. The fact that it's got a range of 1 to 3 is crazy. I definitely want to break her down when we get into that video, because I think there's a couple things we could do with that ability. Card number 52 is another first timer to Attack Wing. This is Rivers. This is the Seth MacFarlane cameo from Enterprise. After suffering any damage to your hull, discard this card and place one Ox token besides this ship. Repair one hull on this ship. Cost of 1. Definitely very easy way to save yourself from being killed. Nice little card there. Alright, getting into some TMP crew. We got card number 53. You've got Leonard McCoy. In phase, spend a scan token besides this ship. Remove a disabled token from the crew upgrade equipped to this ship. So, pretty straightforward and simple. Seems fitting for Leonard McCoy. Alright, card number 54 is Nyota Uhura. So, combat phase, disable this card and target each opposing ship within range 1 that have any of the following tokens beside them: battle stations, scan, or evade. Discard all of the listed tokens besides the target ship or ships, until only one token remains besides each ship. So Uhura is going to be very interesting to see if when you're playing against a Jem'Hadar attack ship fleet, or just a Dominion-based fleet where they're handing out tokens and bonuses to everybody, tokens mainly, because now you get to pick and choose what tokens get removed, and you get to pick and choose what stays. So that'll be very interesting to see once it gets played a little bit more. Card number 55 is everyone's favorite miracle worker, Montgomery Scott. Whenever you would place an Ox token besides this ship, place that token on this card, max of 2. Action, place 2 time tokens on this card and target a ship with a Starship construction equipped within range 1 to 2. If that ship is this ship or a friendly ship, it performs a 2 forward. If that ship is an opposing ship, place any Ox power tokens from this card besides the target ship. So there's a way to unload 2 Oxes onto an opponent right there. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. Okay, she's making her first retail appearance. This is going to be everyone's favorite Vulcan trader, Valeris. Check for power strain step. If the ship performed a green maneuver, place an evade token besides this ship. Now, that ability is very similar to her Grand Prize counterpart. The wording on the card is just cleaned up. She gets a dual faction here, Federation Vulcan. So again, this is going to be another one of those cards that gets an errata. So this text here replaces the text on this card. This card will now read as this text. Alright, number 57, we've got Savick. When defending, if there's a planet obstacle within range, convert one blank to an evade, range 1 to 2. At any time, disable this card and you may replace a scan or a battle station token beside your ship with an evade token. So, again, dual faction, so she's going to get benefit of Vulcan, like I think it's Tacumbra, the -1 for Vulcan upgrades. She's going to get the benefit of that. But this Savick is actually meant to replace 2 versions of Savick. I'm going to go ahead and remove her off the screen. So here is the original Enterprise refit Savick, who is the bottom half of her text. And then here is the USS Grissom Savick, who is the top half of that text. So both of those cards got combined into one card. So I believe this one card serves as an errata for both of those cards, if I understand it correctly. I could be wrong, and I'm sure eventually Steven or WizKids will come out and say, hey, these are the complete list of erratas, but until then, I believe that is the case. You can take me at my word on that one, or you know, play however you're going to play. That's the beauty of this game. There's a million ways to play. All right. Next crew is number 58. It's going to be Ilea. This ship does not skip its perform action step when overlapping another ship space. Again, this is another one of those cards that's getting an errata. Scoot her over. Here is the original Ilea from the Enterprise refit pack. So you can see that her card text hasn't really changed all that much. They did change some things in it, but it's essentially the same card. So this card here, this text will be on this card now. This text will read like this card. All right, we're almost halfway. Well, we are halfway through. Next crew is his first appearance in Attack Wing. This is Commander Sonak. Whenever the ship would repair any of its hull or shields, disable this card and place 2 time tokens beside your ship instead. Nice, very nice. He could be used quite effectively. Again, coming at 1 point is not bad at all. He's got that dual faction, so on a ship like the Tacumber, he becomes completely free. So next crew is number 60, making her second appearance. This is Demora Sulu. Place 2 time tokens on this card and perform either a white bank left or a 1 bank right white maneuver. Again, very thematic for her. She is a pilot. She is a Sulu. Very, very thematic. I quite enjoy that. Now, card number 61 is another Excelsior crew member. We've got Lojor. When attacking with a weapon upgrade, you may disable this card instead of that upgrade. Again, he is an errata, an update, if you will, to the previous Lojor, which came on the original Excelsior pack. So, this card's text here will be on this card, and this card's text will read like this card. Okay. Card number 62. This is Janice Rand. Whenever you perform the action listed on a Federation Elite Talent upgrade, disable this card and place a Battle Stations token besides this ship. That's a fun, neat little ability. I like it because there's a lot of times where, like, pair her with like Legacy of the Name, and then you get a Battle Stations off it. So, awesome ability there. Here is somebody else's second appearance and the first mention of this new keyword that we'll talk about. This is Dimitri Valtain. When attacking, if there is a scan token besides the ship, you may reroll up to 2 of your attack dice, and he's got the lower decks keyword. So, the lower decks keyword, the way I understand the mechanic, is that you can take 1 crew slot on your ship and equip 2 lower deck crew member to the same slot. They take up 1 crew slot to equip 2 of them, but you have to pay the cost for both of them unless there's some kind of discount going on. So that's how lower decks is going to work. Again, very, very neat mechanic, a very different idea of how to handle it, and I really appreciate it. Dimitri Valtain is also an errata. So here's the original Valtain from the Excelsior pack. Again, updated wording. So this text here goes onto this card. This card's text will now read as this one. All right. The next crew member of the Excelsior is card number 64. It is Mr. Tuvok. Planning phase, disable this card and place a scan token besides this ship. Got the lower decks keyword. So you could, in theory, equip Tuvok into a crew slot and then equip Valtain into the same crew slot because they both have the lower decks keyword. So for both of those crew, you'd pay 5 SP. But again, Tuvok is also an errata. I forget which ship he came from, but he came from an OP ship. I want to say it was like the Cairo or the Hood or the Lakota, one of the 3. So again, cleaned up wording here, more defined timing step, which is nice. So this card's text overwrites this one, so this card's text will read as this one. Alright, card number 65. Now we're getting into some TNG crew. This is Deanna Troi. Oh, find my spot. There we go. Discard this card and target a ship within range 1 to 2. Disable the captain or crew upgrade equipped to the target ship, and then place a battle stations token beside your ship. In addition, if the target ship is cloaked, flip its cloak token over to its red side. So, we've had this ability in the game for a while. It's one of those abilities that doesn't get used very often, but it might start making a comeback just due to the prevalence of cloaking in Romulans and Klingons. But it's also an errata. So again, the card is cleaning up a lot of the text, putting in these bubbles, and when it needs to be done, the timing's all there. So it's an errata. This card's text is now on this card. This card's text reads as this card. Alright. Making another appearance in Attack Wing is everyone's favorite Hollow Addicted nerd. We've got Reginald Barkley. Add one tech to the ship's upgrade bar. This slot can only be filled by question mark upgrades, and I think that's very thematic because a lot of the question mark upgrades we have are the EMHs, holograms. So I think it's very thematic for Barkley itself. Night shift, so we got that night shift, so that's when you do not have initiative. You get to use this ability. During the planning phase, place 3 time tokens on this card. Increase the range of cards equipped to this ship to that target friendly ship by 1. So kind of the reverse of what Hoshi Sato was doing. Range 1 to 2. Not bad at all. He is locked to a Federation ship only. So I like the card. Coming in at 1 point, Barkley might find his way into some of my builds. Card number 67 is Crew Beverly Crusher. When a crew upgrade equipped to the ship would be disabled, you may disable this card instead. Whenever a crew upgrade equipped to the ship would be discarded, you may discard this card instead. Again, some of you guys might recognize that from her previous card from the Enterprise E-Pack. So this is another one of those cards that's getting an errata because this one's got cleaned up wording. So this card supersedes this one. The text on this card now reads as this. Making their first appearance in Attack Wing is card number 68, Catherine Pulaski. Locked to a Federation captain only. Planning phase, discard this card. Remove all disabled tokens and or time tokens from the captain equipped to this ship. Free action, disable data. I love that, by the way. Or a tech upgrade equipped to this ship. Remove a time token from up to 2 Federation crew upgrades equipped to this ship. The fact that she specifically calls out data is hilarious to me because her and Data have always had a thing going on. A rivalry of sorts. So that's just funny to me that she can disable Data. All right, we got another crew here, number 69. This is Crew Worf, the red shirt version from season 1 and 2. Check for power strain step. If this ship performed a forward maneuver, remove an aux power token from besides the ship. When attacking or defending, place an aux power token besides this ship and reroll up to 2 blanks. I like this Worf. It doesn't beat the blanks to hit conversion Worf, but I like this Worf. Again, he is getting a dual faction, and so Federation Klingon, so he can take some Klingon discounts if needed. Alright, then we've got another crew, brand new to the game. This is card number 70, Sean Hawk. After an opposing ship within range executes a maneuver, place 2 time tokens on this card, of course range 1 to 3. You may rotate your maneuver dial to the maneuver at the same speed as the opposing ship. Again, playing up on the pilot. The pilot aspect, as he was the con officer for the Enterprise E before becoming all assimilated like. So awesome to see him in the game finally. And then we got another newcomer here, card number 71. This is Padraig Daniels. Locked to a Federation ship only. This ship can maintain 2 blue target lock tokens. Whenever you acquire a target lock, you may acquire a target lock on an additional opposing ship if able. So again, the chief security officer of the Enterprise E, who just kept getting pushed out of his position by Worf while Worf was visiting during those movies. Again, nice to see Daniels in the game finally. And then we've got our last movie crew here. This is Kel Param. Whenever you remove a disabled token from one of your Federation crew upgrades, place 2 time tokens on this card and place an evade token besides this ship. Alright. So the next card in the pack here is going to be card number 73 from the TNG Lower Decks episode. Sam Lavelle. Action. Disable this card. Perform a red maneuver on this ship's maneuver dial. He's got the Lower Decks keyword. Again, we're seeing this theme of pilots getting piloting things, and I really like that. If you'll remember back to the episode, he was the relief con officer for the Enterprise D. So again, I'm a big fan of the thematic abilities that they're getting. Card number 74 is another one of those officers from that episode. That is Torek. In phase, disable this card and spend a scan token besides the ship. Repair 1 shield on this ship. If there's any aux power tokens besides this ship, you may repair 1 hull on this ship instead. Lower decks, you got the Federation Vulcan faction here, so he's eligible for Vulcan discounts. Very, very nice. Next person from that episode is Cedo Jaxa. Locked to a Federation captain. Activation phase, disable this card. The captain equipped to the ship cannot be affected by opposing cards this game round. So Cedo Jaxa doing her security thing, protecting the captain. At any time, disable this card and swap a battle station, evade, or scan token besides the ship with one of the other listed tokens. So she allows you to do some token swapping. That's an awesome ability. Oh, and she's Federation Bajoran faction here at a cost of 1. And then another one from that episode is Alyssa Ogawa. In phase, place 2 time tokens on this card, remove a disabled token from the crew upgrade with lower decks keyword on it, and then place 2 time tokens on that upgrade. So she gets to help out a fellow lower decker by not letting them be disabled and instead getting time tokens, which, again, if you pair her with certain cards, could result in time token shenanigans. Card number 77 is the myth and the legend himself, Wesley Crusher. Activation phase, place 2 time tokens on this card, and then you get to apply the effects based on the listed tokens besides this ship. If you have an evade token, you get to reroll a blank when defending. If you have a scan token, opposing ships within range 1 to 2 have -2 captain skill. And then if you have a battle station token, when attacking, you get to reroll 1 blank result. So, pretty interesting ability for Wesley Crusher there. I like it. I'm definitely thrilled to have a Wesley Crusher. That seems like he might get some play. So card number 78 in the pack is Ro Laren. Combat phase, disable this card and spend a battle station token besides the ship and target an opposing ship within range. Put that there. The target ship can only attack in the initiative order with its printed captain skill on the captain equipped to it. A ship without a captain equipped is treated as having a printed skill of 1, and it cannot cancel attacks from this ship this game round. Range 1 to 3. Federation Bajoran dual faction, 4 points. We've got a Luren's Bird of Prey counter right here with Ro Laren. She does a great service to this game. Finally getting something in there to kind of counteract these higher captain skill captains that are showing up. Gen Con is another one that gets played a lot. So Rolaren's going to be very interesting to see on the board, how she gets used in the coming months. I'll be interested to see. So, card number 79 in the pack is Tasha Yar. Add one weapons upgrade to the ship's upgrade bar. When attacking, modify the attack dice step, place 2 time tokens on this card, and re-roll up to 3 of your attack dice. So, this is another card that's getting an errata. And this errata is kind of controversial, in my opinion, because people could do some rules lawyering here and say that, hey, this isn't the same card because the name is different. So here's Natasha Yar. So Tasha Yar is an errata and a cleaned up version of Tasha Yar, or Natasha Yar. So this card is this card now. This text reads as this text. They took away one of the weapon slots from 1 to 2, but they lowered her cost down from 3 to 4. And the studio, I guess, wanted her name to be Tasha versus Natasha. So, as far as I'm aware, this is supposed to be an errata, and that's how I will treat it in my collection for now, until we hear differently, which could happen at any time. So, we've got the next one is number 80. This is Miles O'Brien. You may equip the transporter room tech upgrade to the ship without requiring an upgrade slot. Free action, disable this card. If you're on night shift, if you don't have initiative, you get to place 2 time tokens instead, and then perform the transport action as a free action. So again, we got another new action here. Let me find the rules card. So transport action. So the new transport action, which is this paragraph here, action. Target this ship and another friendly ship within range 1 to 2. Each ship must disable 2 active shields if they have more than 2 active shields. Otherwise, the ship disables all of its remaining active shields. So you have to disable 2 active shields if you have more. If you don't have more than 2 active shields, you have to disable all of your shields. Either redeploy a crew upgrade from one ship to the other, or swap a crew upgrade from each ship. My understanding is to redeploy a crew upgrade, you must have a crew slot open on that other ship that was not used. Otherwise, you have to do a 1-for-1 swap. Alright. Next crew in this pack is making their first appearance in Attack Wing again. Number 81, Leah Brahms. Locked to a Federation captain. Whenever this ship would execute a red maneuver, disable this card. Treat this maneuver as a white maneuver instead. If this card is equipped to a Galaxy-class ship, you may increase or decrease the speed of that maneuver by 1, with a minimum of 1. Cost of 4. I think I've got a new card for my backwards flying Galaxy ship to try out. Pretty excited to get her on the board and get her tried out, especially inside that build. If you don't know what I'm referring to, there is a To Boldly build that is called the Reverse Galaxy. You can go ahead and go take a look at that. And then another first appearance, we've got Sealar. Deal damage step. If the ship would suffer any critical damage, discard this card. Discard all jostled navigator and injured captain damage cards that would be assigned to the ship and do not resolve their effects. Night shift, so when you do not have initiative, planning phase, place an aux power token beside the ship and place a scan token beside the ship and remove 1 time token from the captain and crew equipped to this ship. So Federation, Vulcan dual faction, cost of 2. Nice to see Sealar making an appearance. And then we've got another new first timer here. Sonia Gomez. Action. Place 3 time tokens on this card and repair 1 hull or shield on this ship. If you're on night shift, in addition, place a scan token besides this ship. So when you don't have initiative, you get to place a scan token. Again, nice ability. Nice to see her in the game. Oh, she also had the lower decks keyword on it. Forgot to mention that. I apologize. Next card is card number 84. This is Leon Su. Whenever an opposing ship acquires a target lock on this ship, if there is a scan token besides this ship, place an evade token besides this ship. And then when you're on night shift, so when you do not have the initiative token, when defending, modify attack dice step, spend a scan token besides this ship. The attacking ship cannot spend its target lock token. Lower decks. Again, that second ability is awesome. Kind of takes away some of that, some of the firepower from your enemies, but you have to not have the night shift token in order to do that. Or you have to have the night shift token to do that. So no initiative token. This is the last crew in the pack. This is Orpheus Solus, also making his first appearance. Action, place 3 time tokens on this card. Perform either a red 1 turn left or a 1 red turn right maneuver, and then night shift. If you don't have initiative, treat that maneuver as if a white maneuver instead. So lower decks. Interesting ability. I really like it. We'll see how it gets played. There's a couple cards out there that can make these actions free. So we'll see how they get played. Alright, so now we're getting into the elite talent section here. This is card 86. These are the voyages. It is captain, or locked to a Federation captain. Each time this ship performs a maneuver with a speed of 3 or greater, place a mission token on this card. Activation phase. Spend a mission token on this card. Perform the action listed on the crew upgrade equipped to this ship as a free action. So there's one way to activate the last card we just saw. But again, very thematic. I like the card overall. Looking forward to breaking all of these down eventually. So the next elite talent is card number 87. That's going to be Explore Strange New Worlds. Again, locked to a Federation captain. Action, place 2 time tokens on this card. Place a mission token on this card for each non-minefield obstacle within range, 1 to 2. When attacking or defending, if this ship is not within range of a non-minefield obstacle, spend a mission token on this card and add 1 battle station. So just another one of those cards that gives you kind of extra protection. Alright, the next elite talent is To Boldly Go. Card number 88. It is a captain, locked to a Federation captain. So prepare gathered card step. Place a number of mission tokens on this card equal to the number of other unique cards equipped to this ship. Each time you would remove an Aux power token from inside the ship, spend 1 mission token on this card, and place a battle station, scan, or an evade token besides this ship. So if you got a heavy fleet with heavy unique cards, you definitely want to use this card, and then you can pretty much use your mission token as if it were a Gold Press Platinum when you're removing an Aux power token. Alright. Now we're getting into some of the fun elite talents here. This is card number 89. Fly her apart then. Locked to a Federation captain. Locked to an Excelsior class. Whenever you would place an Aux power token besides this ship may suffer 1 damage instead. Action. Perform a 4 red bank left, a 5 red straight, or a 4 bank red right maneuver. I like it. It's very thematic to the movie. Again, I'm a big fan of that. And then we've got a reprint of something that came in the animated faction pack here. Although it's very fitting that it comes in this pack as well. This is Legacy of the Name. Locked to a Federation ship and a Federation captain. Can only be equipped to a unique ship. Free action. Place 3 time tokens on this card. Perform a battle station action or an evade action as a free action. If this card is equipped to an enterprise in its name, you may perform any available action as a free action. So just a reprinting. Very fitting that it comes in this pack though. And then here's the last elite talent that we're getting. It's card number 91. This is, it won't be installed until Tuesday. You got a Federation captain. It's locked to. And then it's locked to Captain Skill 5 or lower. That's a new restriction bubble that we've seen. But again, very nice that that's starting to come in. This upgrade may be equipped to a captain without requiring an upgrade slot. During the Gather Forces step, select one tech upgrade, one weapon upgrade, and or one crew upgrade equipped to this ship. The selected upgrades cost -2 SP each. You must place 3 tokens on each upgrade selected during the Gather Forces step. So, one of these cards that's going to give you discounts during the Gather Forces step, which is kind of a new concept as well. Alright, getting into the weapons. This is card number 92. We've got phase cannons. So it's one per ship, locked to an NX class only. So Reed can't take this onto another ship with him. It's locked to an NX. When attacking with your primary weapon, you may perform a second attack with your primary weapon. So 2 attacks, definitely giving the NXs a little bit more teeth. I have an NX build that I am excited to put that card in and give that a try. Card number 93. We've got the copy of the aforementioned photonic torpedoes here. Attack. If the ship has a target lock token on the defending ship, place 2 time tokens on the card and target that opposing ship. If equipped to an NX class, you may convert one battle station to a hit. Can be only fired from the forward firing arc. 4 dice attack, range 2 to 3, cost of 2. So the Columbia can fire these from any arc. But again, nice little weapon there. And here we go. Here is a card that was highly sought after. Card number 94. Type 8 phaser array. It's one per ship. Can only be equipped to a ship that has an attack of 3 or less. Or primary weapon value of 3 or less. When attacking with your primary weapon, roll +1 attack dice. So, of course, this is also going to be an errata from this card here. So, you can see that the benefit of getting an errata for this and how they cleaned the text up from this mess here to just these couple of lines here. Much cleaner. I much prefer this. So this card now supersedes this card, so this text reads as this text here. All right. So moving on to card number 95 and card number 96. As these are both kind of the same card, just different artwork. These are the Mark 6 photon torpedoes. Attack. If the ship has a target lock token on the defending ship, disable this card and target that opposing ship. Notice it doesn't say you have to spend your target lock token. Modify defense dice step. Convert one battle station or one evade into a one blank. Deal damage step. If the defending ship is hit, you may acquire a target lock on the defending ship. Attack of 4, range 2 to 3, forward firing arcs only. Again, I really like that they're giving us alternate artwork with some of these duplicates. That is a nice little touch. So card number 97, card number 98, again, putting them in the same frame here. We're getting photon torpedoes. Again, different artwork. We've seen these photon torpedoes, they're the same ones that came in Ship the Line. The attacking value of this weapon upgrade is this ship's primary weapon value +1. Attack, spin this ship's target lock token, place 2 time tokens on this card and target an opposing ship at range 2 to 3. You may convert all blanks into battle stations. Alright. Card number 99 and 100. So these are new upgrades, but again, we're getting 2 of them. So they gave us different artwork for both. Transporter room. Add the transporter action to the ship's action bar. Whenever a friendly ship within range would be destroyed, discard this card, redeploy a crew upgrade equipped to the target ship to this ship, ignoring the ship's restrictions. Range 1 to 2. So it's like an emergency beam out. But notice that this will add the action to your action bar so you can do the transport action that we covered when we looked at Miles O'Brien. Card number 101 and 102, again, is going to be something new. This is going to add the tractor beam action to the ship's action bar. After the ship performs a tractor action, disable this card and place either an evade or an aux power token beside the target ship. So let me take these two cards off, and let me grab our rules card again so we can go over the tractor action. So the tractor action is going to be this one right here. So action, target a ship with a printed hull value equal to or less than this ship within range 1. Place the speed 1 maneuver template along its side next to any side of the target's base, and then place the target on the other side of the template as long as it does not overlap any ships. Alright, so now that we read over those rules, let's go ahead and pull the card off. I don't have a 1 speed template with me, but I do have a base template. So let's put the NX class here. You can see the base. So basically what it's saying is, if I'm doing the tractor action, I can take the template, put it up next to the base like this, and then move the ship over. Or I can do it in another way. I can do it, forward and move the ship forward. And you could target a friendly or an enemy ship as long as their hull values are equal to or less than your ship. Now, one of the things that I was asked when this rule was announced, was what happens when you tractor beam somebody off the board? Say this is off the edge of the map. So if you do this, that ship is now considered destroyed. You have destroyed that ship. So it is possible for you to tractor kill somebody in this game now. So that's going to be a very interesting tactic to see if it gets used. The one thing he did say was that if this represents the edge of the board, the template must fit on the board in order for you to do this. Right? So if your template is over this line, that means you cannot complete the move. So you won't destroy that ship. So your ship has to be, the template has to fit. Okay, so moving on to card number 103, we're looking at micro power relays. Action, repair 1 non-critical damage to the ship's hull. Action, flip all the face-up damage cards assigned to the ship face down. It is a cost of 3. And this is, again, another one of those cards that's getting an errata. There you are. So, this card here, it's got the cleaned up wording. So this card now supersedes this one. The text on this card now reads as this one. Alright, so we're getting another double card here. So this is 104 and 105, which is navigational deflector. 1 per ship, cost of 2. Whenever the ship would suffer damage from an obstacle, including minefields, disable this card. The ship may roll its defense dice against that obstacle and then add an evade token. So this is definitely a card that I would consider, helpful to newer players, especially when they're learning how to fly. I mean, we've all been there where we misjudge something or we run into cloaked mines because we don't know, there's no way to get around it. So this is just one of those cards that helps them out. But it's also an errata card, because here is the original navigational deflector, which again you can see that the wording cleans all this up, and again it lowers the cost. So this navigational deflector now reflects the same text as these two and the same cost. Alright, that was the end of the tech. Now we're getting into some question mark upgrades. And we got our first beverage of these 3 new packs. We got 1 per ship, plus 1 SP if it's not equipped to a Federation ship. Tea, Earl Grey, hot. This upgrade may be equipped to a ship without requiring an upgrade slot. Whenever a battle station token will be placed beside the ship, place 1 time token on this card. You may place a scan token and an evade token besides the ship instead, and then remove 1 time token from another card equipped to this ship. So you can trade in your battle station action for scan, and evade. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Card number 107. We got Tactical Data Link. So this card is locked to a Sovereign class. It is one per ship. This card may fill a weapon or tech slot. When a friendly ship within range is attacking, range 1 to 2, if the defending ship has this ship's red target lock token beside it, that friendly ship may reroll one attack dice. So it's like two ships sharing technical or tactical data with each other. Again, really thematic, really like that ability. All right. Moving into card number 108 and 109. So these are also not new cards, but redone. So these are systems upgrades. So again, we got art from both of them. This card may fill a weapon or tech slot. The original could fill any slot. Locked to a Federation ship, one per ship. Add one tech to the ship's upgrade bar and increase the ship's shield value by +1. Now these two cards are an errata of the original, which is right here. Again, you can see how the new cards kind of clean up the text. So the text of this card now supersedes this one, so this text reads as this card. Alright, now we get into our first ambassador here from Star Trek V. This is St. John Talbot. Negotiations accepted. This ship and the target ship gain the following ability. End phase. If this ship is within range 1 of a non-minefield obstacle, select either an evade or a scan token besides this ship. That token does not get removed this end phase. So negotiations denied. For the rest of the game, the target ship must place a Ox power token beside it after ending in a maneuver within range 1 of a non-minefield obstacle. So nice to see Star Trek V getting represented fully. I think the only one we're missing now is the Romulan ambassador. So getting into our new construction card. This is card 111. One per ship, locked to an NX class only. This is enhanced hull plating. When defending, modify the defense dice step. If the ship has no active shields and is not cloaked, you may add up to 2 evade tokens. If you do so, place 1 Ox power token besides the ship for each Ox power token added. Of course, this is a cleaned up version of the old tech enhanced hull plating. You can see how the changes in the text kind of make this more bearable to read. And of course, I think this is going to be an errata card. This is probably one that rules lawyers could go after again, but I don't believe you could have both of these cards equipped to the same ship. But again, you guys will make the rules based up on how you guys are going to play, and there's nothing wrong with that. Alright, so cards number 112 and 113 are going to be cards that we already have. Again, we didn't get different artwork for these ones, but that's okay. These are reprints from Ships of the Line, Federation prototypes, so we already know what this card does. If you don't have Ships of the Line, so it's a 1 per ship construction card, Federation prototype. This card can only be equipped to a unique ship whose name, ignoring the registry number, listed after the USS is the same as the ship's class. Add 1 tech, weapon, or crew upgrade to the ship's upgrade bar. When defending, modify the defense dice step. You may reroll 1 blank or battle station. So this card gets used very, very effectively, especially on those ship classes with the same ship name. And then last but not least, we've got card number 114 and card number 115, probably the card that a lot of people are excited about. It is the first tri-faction card in the game. You can see it is 1 per ship, Federation, Romulan, Klingon, Dominion War retrofit. Cost of 3 points. Add 1 tech, 1 weapon, or 1 crew upgrade to the ship's upgrade bar, and increase this ship's shield value by 1. So just around the entire board, you're getting a slot for an upgrade and a shield value. If equipped to one of the following non-Borg ships, gain the listed effect. If equipped to a Cavort or a Vorcha class, you get to add the Battle Stations action to the action bar. Amazing. If equipped to a D'Deridex class, replace this ship's primary value or primary weapon value with its printed primary weapon value +1. So another amazing upgrade for the D'Deridex, giving it a little bit more justice. If equipped to a Miranda class, an Excelsior class, or a Galaxy class, increase this ship's hull by 1. Wow. It doesn't, it doesn't seem like it does a lot, but it really does a lot. This is a card that a lot of people have been waiting for. So I'm excited that it's here in the game, and we're finally going to get to play around with it. So that is all of the card upgrades that came in the pack. We've talked about the new rules. I don't think there are any other new rules we haven't covered. Yep, we covered all of the new rules. There's no new movement cards to show off. So that just leaves the campaign. So the one thing I'm going to tell everybody, and I'm going to warn you guys, always check under the plastic insert, because that is where you're going to find your mission, your companion mission. In this pack, it's going to be the Q conflict, is what it's called. For the Delta Quadrant packs, it'll be the Delta Quadrant ones. Of course, this mission's a little bit too big to fit on my camera here. Let me see if I can do this. Raise it up. So you go, the Q conflict. Basically, if you don't know what it is, the Q conflict is based on a comic book series that was done where there was a war between different powers. And so, the Q continuum versus. Here's a Q card. So you get these cards. These are the tarot cards. So you get Q. He's going to be one of the playable characters in this mission, if you will. So each of these superpowers got to draft a crew. So they drafted a ship, which was a famous enterprise, and they could pull them from any point in time. And then they got to draft a crew, and those crews then had to compete against each other to do different objectives, which is represented in this mission booklet here. I think we're going to be playing this on These Are The Voyages fairly soon. So if you're curious, you can watch that. So here's the first playable character, if you will. It's Q. +1 to your hull values. He drafts captains first. Planning phase, once per game. Target 2 ships in play. Switch positions between the target ships in the play area. The controlling player chooses their ships facing. So very Q-esque. The next player in this is going to be Trelane. It's nice to see him. Primary weapon value +1. Drafts crew upgrades first. Planning phase, once per game. Target an opposing ship in play. The target ship skips the activation phase this game round. So you can see the draft is kind of involving the gather forces step inside of the game itself. So that's kind of cool to see. This one, and I'm probably going to mispronounce it, I don't remember. Aelborn, you got +1 agility value, drafts ships first. Combat phase, once per game, target an opposing ship in play. The target ship cannot perform any attacks this game round. And then the last playable character is going to be Metron. +1 in the shield value, drafts other cards first, so that's going to be your tech, weapon cards. Planning phase, once per game, target 2 ships in play. Continuous effect. The target ships must attack each other until one of those ships has been destroyed, kind of based on the arena episode where Captain Kirk was forced to fight the Gorn because of Metron. So those are the playable characters, if you will. And then here are the tokens, here are some of the objectives. So you have to fight against the Planet Killer and the Doomsday Machine. So 90-degree forward firing arc. You get a nice token that comes with it. And of course it lists all the maneuvers, gives you all the stats there. So really cool. Really looking forward to busting into that. I'm getting to play that. So here is the token up close. Not bad token. It reminds me of the Doomsday token that we got during the OP. But those are really flimsy, and this is a nice thick cardboard. So this token is made to last. The next one is the crystalline entity. I'm pretty excited that that's finally making an appearance in this game in some form or fashion. And we also are getting a token that represents the crystalline entity. So there's all of that. And then the last tarot card that we get is the Queen's Octahedron. So here is the token to represent that. It's on the backside of the crystalline entity token. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to play this mission throughout its entirety. And that is it. The only other thing to show off are the Q tokens that come in this. This is again mission. This is a mission thing. I don't 100% know what they do, but they are there. And so that's really it. That's gonna wrap up my unboxing. I hope you guys are excited for this just as much as I am, and I'll catch you around the shipyard.